Welcome to a brand new episode of the Pack Mentality Pop-Ins podcast, episode number 145. Holiday season, Christmas going on, New Year's going on. Wolfpack's in a little bit of just a training schedule, non-competition, so perfect time. Sit down with the newest member of the Wolfpack, transfer Patrick Brophy. Patrick, thanks for joining us on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
Holiday season, so we're going to get in. It's been a whirlwind fall semester for you, turning in second semester, but were you able to get some time off for the holidays or the break here?
Yeah, got to go back, see my family. Finally had everyone back in one place again, so that was nice. Get a nice little reset and get ready for this next semester.
I was going to say, in the training room, do you like it? Is life a little more normal now where you're training with your current team?
Yeah, I love it. The training partners are amazing. I get to train every day with people who are the best in the country and then also best in the world. So that's amazing. I've been learning a ton from the coaches and from my training partners. And then also just the schedule being different from military schedule. I like that a lot as well. My day is a lot more flexible and I can kind of plan it out instead of work around all the other things that are going on. So I've been loving it a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And, right off the bat, you just joined the Wolfpack. Had to wait out that first semester, but now second semester, so you're here full time. Not the traditional transfer during the summer. Would you call this a whirlwind process to get to Raleigh?
It was a little weird. Probably not ideal, but, not the end of the world either. Just finish up some classes. I got to travel back and forth and train with them during the semester. So it'll be nice to be on the mat full time and kind of just keep it going. But yeah, a little odd driving back and forth.
Okay. But. You're a South Carolina native, undefeated state champion as a senior, and if I read your bio right, you only began wrestling as a sophomore in high school. Was that right?
Yes, sir.
So kind of what led you to wrestling at high school, where some kids, they're on the mat at 3 or 4, but you just started this process in high school?
Well, so I used to be big into baseball, and one of my teammates who I was close with, he would do wrestling. He loved both sports, and he actually convinced me to come out.
Okay.
And, I tried it when I was really young because my dad was a wrestler, so he always wanted to wrestle. And now that I'm getting older, I know he was probably like, oh, he's playing baseball. Like, why isn't he wrestling? But I tried it when I was younger, didn't really like it, so I just played baseball for a while. And then whenever that happened, I just ended up loving it when I was in high school for some reason, and I've been loving it ever since. So.
How was wrestling in high school level in South Carolina?
People kind of make fun of the state, but it was really fun. I had a great time. I definitely did not learn all the techniques, I would say, that most people probably did in high school. I would kind of use like a fake and then dive tackle. I played football before wrestling, so I would just fake and then hit the dive tackle, and it worked well enough, so. But.
You said that your father, actually a very decorated career, two-time All-American during his college days. So how has he helped you during your process of becoming a wrestler here?
He's helped me tremendously. He's jump-started me because I started late, like you said. So he, as soon as I was wrestling, he was always happy to show me different things and help me learn different techniques. So he helped me learn the positioning and things like that very early on, which I think was super valuable because it was like, a lot of the people in the room in my high school, my high school team was pretty good, but not super advanced. So everyone was trying to learn different moves, flashy moves a lot of the time. And he was like preaching the fundamentals, which are hugely important. So
what did you know about NC State wrestling while you were kind of going through the high school process?
No, I never really watched wrestling until I guess pretty much when I got in college. I just started keeping up with it recently, but I didn't really like to watch sports, but if I did, I'd watch like baseball or I guess other sports. Wrestling was pretty foreign. I never really saw it around. It's not the most popular sport. So,
from South Carolina, what led you to the Citadel to begin your college career?
Primarily wrestling.
Okay.
I got a deal to wrestle there, and then also they had to in with MUSC, which is a medical school in South Carolina, a really good medical school. And out of high school, I thought I wanted to be a doctor. So it was kind of just a double whammy. I could go wrestle at the Citadel and then also transition. They had a kind of pipeline, so to speak, into that medical school, and I could do that. Okay. So that was the plan. But
okay. And Citadel Military Academy. We really don't hear about what being a student athlete is like. So kind of take us, what is a day in the life of being a military academy student down at the Citadel?
It's definitely a lot different than my schedule now, but well, so your knob year, you pretty much, they shave your head, they try to like, I guess they yell at you, make you do push-ups, things like that. But after knob year, it's not as bad. You still have to work around the military schedule. You'll have to do like rifle drill and wear the uniform.
Yeah.
And then I guess the biggest thing for me, I don't mind wearing the uniform. I don't mind getting up early and doing rifle drill and whatever. But I just didn't like not being able to leave all the time. They keep you on the campus. So it's a tight-knit group, but it's like you can't leave every weekend or you can't leave during the weekday. It's like you had to put a lot of things on pause to be there. So it's like I didn't like that restriction. For some people it was good, but the forced discipline for people who already kind of have their, I guess, discipline sorted out, it kind of just would get in the way of some other things you wanted to do. So that's the biggest thing for me, is having that back.
Since you've been in Raleigh, how has your wardrobe changed?
I actually need to get some more clothes. I've been wearing those uniforms for so long. It's like I don't have a whole ton of regular clothes.
Yeah.
But now I got a bunch of NC State gear. I just got my gear package a little bit ago. So I've been wearing that a bunch, and I've been finding some clothes that would fit me in high school and stuff like that. But yeah, I do need to get some more because it's a lot colder up here too.
Yeah. Very cold today, actually. Yeah, Pat doesn't really give out that gear when you first step on campus, so he makes you earn it a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean,
NCAA qualifier last year. How would you rate your improvement from your freshman season?
I think it's been night and day. I mean, I'm sure most people would say this, but I definitely would destroy my freshman self. I came out of high school, like I was saying earlier, I wasn't very technical. I'm pretty decently athletic, and I usually was in really good shape. So I would push people until they would quit. And I kind of used that in college as well. I'm still working out all the technique, but I'm way more advanced than I used to be. Because one of my first practices in college, I remember getting there, and they were saying to do single legs, to do high cross, whatever, putting us through a drill. And I didn't know what a single leg was. So he was doing that, and I kind of knew about the high crotch, and I was just hitting those. And my coach came over. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "The single leg," thinking it was 2-1 leg.
Yeah.
And he was just like, are you serious? And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he just shook his head and walked away. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you see that?" to my practice partner. But that was how I was freshman year. And since then, I've learned all these different attacks, how to hold position much better. It's been night and day. So lots of progress since freshman year.
So after the NCAAs, summer gets underway, a lot of change down at the Citadel in the wrestling program. Your former coach goes up to Binghamton. Coach Welch, he gets promoted. So that reopened the transfer window very late in the summer. So what led you to change things up and enter the transfer portal?
Well, just the opportunity to train with the highest caliber people. I mean, here it was really too good to pass up. Like, I have not only some of the best people in the nation, but literally the guy at my weight class in the world, the current world champ. And it's like, how much can you learn? How far can you go with it when you're around that caliber of training partner and great coaches, So.
And you got to mention that even before you came to Raleigh, out this summer, out in Colorado, you got to train USA Wrestling and worked with Trent a lot out in Colorado. So how was that relationship, and just how was your summer training out with Trent out in Colorado?
It was great. I mean, as soon as I got there right away, I rolled with him the very first practice, and he was helping me with different things. Over that summer, that training with Trent I was like, geez, I was learning so much just from getting exposed on different things that I hadn't really been getting exposed to in my room. And that's when it kind of clicked with me. I was like, man, I got to get out and wrestle all these different people more often. And then whenever later on, when the portal opened up, I was like, I could be learning that much every day on a week-to-week basis, getting exposed in areas I'm weak. And I figured, that it led to the decision to end up getting out of there. But yeah, super important. I actually got to meet him and kind of get to know him beforehand. So whenever the portal did open up, it was like, all right, kind of made that a little bit easier that I got to get to know him. So,
have you hit the underhook on him yet?
No,
Okay.
no. I haven't been able to. I've been just trying to avoid his, but yeah he's good at those.
So now the new school year begins, but you're not in Raleigh. So the first semester, you're still taking classes at the Citadel, but you're doing a lot of wrestling. So kind of talk about what your fall semester was like.
It was kind of all over the place. So I would take classes at the Citadel in Charleston, and I got my professors to let me do it Monday and Wednesday. And then Friday, I would work with them on Wednesday and do whatever they were going to do on Friday, so I could still get all the material in. And very grateful that they were willing to work with me, because then I could come up here from Thursday to Sunday and train for 4 days and still get on the mat a pretty decent amount, because otherwise I'd be stuck there for pretty much the whole week. It would have been a definitely much different semester. But so I would train half the week there, and I would do strength and conditioning in Charleston on my own because I couldn't get on the mat. And then I would just sign up for different tournaments, and I'd come up here, get the weight down, and start going to them. So it was a little weird, and going to tournaments alone is a little different. I'm not used to that. I haven't done that in a little while, but it was fun. And I got to know all the team pretty well before moving down here officially. So
that's going to be my next question. You went to some open tournaments, but you had to go by yourself. Was that, I mean, did you have anybody in your corner, anybody with you, your dad go, or is it
Well,
just
yeah,
you?
actually my dad came. So it was pretty fun because I got to go to some tournaments with him again, just like in high school. And one of the tournaments my mom came to as well. She was like, I guess our trainer, but it was really fun. Yeah, I'd go to the tournaments with them and hang out with them. And then one of the days I couldn't find a partner to go with, so I had my dad put the shoes back on, and I went with him for a little bit. But yeah, he didn't want to do that again.
No, I was going to say
he did a good job though. He gave me a great warm up. So
what would you say weight class dad is in right now?
Heavyweight, definitely.
Heavyweight. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably he's still pretty athletic, pretty lighter heavyweight, I guess, but definitely heavyweight.
He's had enough though. He's glad you're with a new team here and you have other training partners.
Yeah, he's super excited. So, obviously we'll miss all the guys at the Citadel. It's a great team, but super excited for the new season and everything that comes with that. So I was
gonna say, you made your Wolfpack debut right before Christmas inside Reynolds. Of course, you had to face your old team right off the bat too. That
ironically, that's the first match back. Yeah.
But so fans, maybe they weren't able to see you in action. How kind of describe your wrestling style?
I guess, I mean, I'm longer, so I try to keep them out a little bit. And then when they pressure in, I try to hit the elbow pass. I love the elbow pass. That's my favorite move. And then I guess I'll play a game where I kind of will fake either side. And then if they straighten the arm or try to prevent it, I'll go to a post. So I just try to keep them guessing with that. And then a lot of times I still like to get in really good shape and wear them down too. Because like I said, I'm still working out my technical errors, but I can be in really great shape and I can wear them down. That's something that's a little more easily controllable. So I always try to implement that, wear them down. By the third period, they're way more tired than I am. And I'm willing to go into the, a lot more further than most people would to score some points and win a match.
You mentioned neutral a lot, but you started late. So how was it picking up, kind of mat wrestling, working on top, working on bottom? How's that process been going?
I'm still kind of picking it up. I mean, I'm learning my rides, and I have a couple tilts that I can hit, but I'm trying to get them more consistent. So, yeah, I mean, I'm working that double thigh prior to spiral right now, and it's been working decent. Kaysen actually in the room has a really good stand up. I've been having trouble keeping him down right now, but otherwise, I don't know. I'm not too well versed in it yet, so I'm not as consistent as I like to be. But I've been working on it a lot this week, and I feel like I've been getting better. This is my first week, staying and training throughout the whole week. So I've been working a bunch of different things with Trent and with different coaches, and I already feel like I'm picking up a lot. So
I was going to say, you're in Raleigh. How did the living situation turn out? I mean, you came in mid-year, so how did that work out for you?
It actually worked out really well. So I have a former teammate. I was teammates with him at the Citadel, and he graduated 2 years before me. He lives in Raleigh, and this is his apartment that I'm in right now, actually. He was moving back to Charleston same time I was moving to Raleigh, so we just switched places. He's moving into my room in Charleston, and I'm moving into his place in Raleigh. So It was actually a pretty easy transition with figuring all that out.
Okay. Car and everything, so you get around on your own now up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were biology down at the Citadel. What about here at NC State? What kind of academics are you getting into?
I'm planning on doing business here.
Okay.
So like I said, out of high school, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, but things have kind of changed. And so, yeah, I'm hoping to learn about business and start up my own business one day.
Have you looked into class schedule for the spring semester? Is it a little too early yet?
Yeah, me and Miss Megan made a class schedule for me. So
going to campus, kind of how does that work now? Are some online, some on campus? What do you think you're getting?
I think most of them are online. I think I have one campus class. I don't remember which one it is. I'd have to look at the schedule again, but yeah, we mapped it all out. So.
Okay. I know you know where WB is. Do you know a lot of other campus stuff yet, or do you still have?
Not really.
Okay.
That's the main. That's pretty much the only place I've been. They took me on a walk around campus, and I've been to Reynolds.
Yep.
But besides that, no, I still do need to kind of figure out where everything is. So.
Okay. Kind of get you out of here on this. That looking ahead at the ACC slate, 197 pounds is a stacked weight class. You have a returning All-American and Stout up at Pitt. Sassa, Virginia Tech. I know UNC Stanford both have impressive freshmen. What do you have to do to keep improving to work your way up the rankings and compete for that ACC title this year?
I mean, just same thing we've always been doing, I guess. Keep learning one thing at a time, 1% every day, and it'll all add up by the end of the year. So I'm super excited to have the chance to go compete with those guys. It'll be fun to be in a conference that's tough, SoCon was a bunch of fun, but it's not as as competitive as ACC will be. So that'll be really fun.
And I guess you're already pretty much on your way to your 15 matches that you need to qualify. Is that because of the Open and all that, or how does that work?
I don't think those ones actually count towards that because I'm on roster. I believe I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they just don't count for really anything.
Okay, that's okay.
But even if I need more, we have a couple tournaments I'll be going to throughout the year. So we have a little plan worked out to make sure everything works well in that area. But.
Any other guys that you've been working with in the room besides Trent, Kaysen, and all that? I mean, who all have you kind of been rolling with during this time?
Pretty much everyone around my weight. I've rolled with Maddie. I've rolled with Jesse, Machiavello, Kaysen, Trent, Trumbull. Malik, one of the coaches.
Yep.
And then other people from different weight classes have also been helping me. I mean, RJ and Coy yesterday, I was working the high cross crackdown position, and they just came over and taught me a little different way to hit it that I hadn't really thought of. So even if I'm not wrestling with them, a couple other guys have been giving me pretty good advice and helped me out with situations I was great at. So.
Do you feel maybe you got some younger legs because you haven't been a wrestler as long as some of these other guys?
Some younger what?
You haven't been around and wrestling as much as some of these guys. Do you feel like maybe younger legs or anything on?
A little bit. But also another thing I see people get caught in is they'll develop bad habits in youth wrestling, and then they have to kind of sort those out and beat them. Whereas I feel like starting young, you kind of, since I developed my technique very late, it was from college coaching and from people who really knew what they were doing. So they taught me pretty well. I feel like I don't have as many bad habits because the first time I learned it, it was more solid, So,
Patrick, it was a great game to meet you. Fans are looking forward to it. Sounds like you're really excited, or you really can't wait to. I know you're a full-fledged member of this team already, but more matches, more duels, and ACC duels in Reynolds are just something special. So I hope you're looking forward to that.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for the season. So.
That's another episode of the Pack Mentality Pop-Ins podcast. Until next time, go Pack.